All right. Ready?
Oh. No, I'm not ready yet. Okay.
Hello, and welcome to episode 8 of the Iron Bros podcast. We're gathered here today on a beautiful day. What's going on, Kyle? How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing good. We're filming this like a day after we filmed the last episode.
Yeah.
Because, Kyle, you're going to Greece.
I am. I'm very excited. It's a bucket list trip for many. And
Is it really?
No, for sure. Definitely. Going to
How long-
Mykonos and
Nice.
then the Santorini Islands. Going for about 9 days, maybe it is. 8 days.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're gone for that long?
Yes, I'm not going to answer anyone for 8 days.
That's fucked up.
No. But,
How do you go about that when you're like away?
It's tough. I mean, the prep clients, they'll still check in, so I'll try to put up an away message just to let people know at least there's a time shift. I think it's like 7 or 8 hours ahead.
Jeez.
But
That's
usually
big time,
any
too.
off-season client or a lifestyle client,
You say fuck
most
you.
people are pretty respectful of it because I don't really go on many vacations. Usually I'm always trying to work when I'm somewhere. But I'm going to try to disconnect if I can a little bit to enjoy myself. And then prep clients, I have, I think, 3 people in shows next weekend, so I'll obviously have to...
Make sure you're up, ready
Yeah.
to give them
The last
plans.
time- I don't know if you ever talked to... You talked to Harry.
Leggett?
Yes.
Yeah.
When I was in the Maldives, I remember that was a 12-hour difference, so that was fucked up.
Okay.
So he was trying to go on stage for his night show, and it was like 3 a.m. and he's like calling me. He's like, "Hey, bro, like, did I just wake you up? Like, I'm sorry." I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm on the other side of the world."
That's
But
funny.
no, it's just tough. But if someone's in prep, it is what it is. I know it's my obligation
Yeah.
and my duty to help them, see them all the way through. So
Mm-hmm.
make it work.
That's nice of you, Coach. But did you say you don't go on many vacations? You've been on like 3 this last year.
Yes,
You've been to...
my entire 30 years of life, I went on maybe 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're now celebrating like vacations this part of
Trying
your
to
life.
travel a little bit, yeah, before the next chapters of life. Who knows what that entails?
Kids?
One day.
Like, I mean, how quick is a chapter?
Relatively
2-3 years?
soon. I mean,
Year?
I'm not 20. You might have kids before me.
What?
I mean, that's what you told me. You said
No.
1 year.
Bro, I did not say...
You said pro card kids done. Now?
I mean, listen, dude, I want to be a young dad, but not like 22.
Why not? That way you can still be competing and he can compete against you.
No, bro. This way I can compete, win, and have my kid on stage and be cute as shit.
You want to have your kid at a bodybuilding show. Is that
No,
where we're at?
all right. And you're a winner of the Arnold Classic, Anthony Mantello. Yeah. And then, wife Allie comes with the kid, and I'm here giving the speech. Arnold, Anthony, can I ask, how long have you trained for this? This question you always ask. And I can have my kid, and he'll be like, nah. You know?
So you really thought it out. I'm glad you mentioned Allie, so I say she's the keeper here, huh?
Yeah. You know what, man? You didn't see my caption on her birthday post?
I think I have you blocked.
That's fucked up. I said, happy 23rd birthday, baby. Baby. September 10th, a day would never know be so special to me until I met you. I'll always be the first to wish you a happy birthday at midnight, every year, forever. You are the best mother to our cats, and seeing this in you makes me excited for years to come. I hope I made your day as special as you. To my favorite person, I love you.
Was that like a chat GBT?
You know what's actually
Written
funny as
caption.
fuck? Allie helped me write that.
She wrote. Stop. Hold on. She helped you write her own caption.
Yeah.
Dude, that's wrong.
Dude, no, that's not wrong. Listen, our relationship's very well. All right, we're great. What happened wasn't so prepared. I found the photos I wanted to post. We were kind of rushed that day. We worked out how to go to like a birthday dinner, and I was driving because I have to drive. I'm the guy, That's how our relationship goes. I was like, Allie, listen, this is the caption I got down. It's not grammarly correct. Please just like make these words sound better. So she just retyped it and came out to that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I gave you a birthday post 2 years in a row.
You didn't give me a birthday present this year.
I've given you plenty of birthday presents.
This year you didn't.
I did, but we can talk about what exactly. Never mind, man. People are gonna take this shit the wrong way now.
Get
Anyway.
into it. Get into it.
No,
Do good, Kyle. Do good.
that's the goal in life.
Anyways, all right, so you're going to Greece. That's kind of exciting.
Yes, I'll be in Greece. While I'm in Greece, hopefully you hold down the fort.
I take over your clientele?
No, the ship will sink. That will be that Titanic sinking.
You think I'd do bad if I took over your clients?
Yes.
I
Why?
think you just give everybody Big Macs.
I like Big Macs.
Or Baconators.
No, it'd be okay.
So, why would wait? I'm confused.
What's wrong?
What fort am I holding down? My own fort of being on plan?
The fort, iron.
Oh, the gym, bro. That's why the owner owns it. You're silly, dude. You're kind of silly.
All right, Kyle. So what are you most excited for in Greece?
I don't really know what to expect, to be honest.
Did you book like excursions and stuff?
I think we have a boat for a day.
Okay.
Like you rented
We're
a
going with
boat?
another couple, so that they had like, Alyssa and them planned it. I don't have time to look at these little things. I kind of just go along.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I'm not injured. Should be
You can
able to
appreciate-
participate in things, which would be cool.
You swim with fishes?
I don't know how much swimming I'll do, but I can try.
Can you swim?
Yeah, I can swim. I'm Michael Phelps.
Are you sure?
Yes, I can swim. Don't you remember? We all lived together in the same pool, same house, had the same pool.
The only
Used
memory I
one
have
time.
of that,
The
I
pool was like
scraped,
6 feet deep.
I scraped my nose so bad on that thing.
But yeah, no, it should be a good trip, and hopefully I come back with a lot of stories, and then maybe one day you can fulfill those stories yourself.
Do you remember a couple of years ago? I think it was a year ago. We were supposed to go on vacation with each other. Like that was a plan we had.
Yes, but why didn't it happen?
I think shit just hit the fan in Florida. They just never did it.
Oh, yeah, shit hit a lot of fans
If-
in Florida.
If we were just to go on a vacation trip, where would you want to go?
I would never, ever, ever go skiing ever.
I like skiing, but I'm fine without
Okay.
that on a vacation. I don't think skiing's a vacation.
Where
I mean,
want to go?
Okay, it is, but yeah.
Go to Italy.
We could go to Whooping Crane Way.
For those of you that get the joke, which none of you will, that was our old address. That was a street we lived on. That's hysterical.
I don't know, somewhere tropical, warm.
Would you go on
I
a
think.
cruise?
I've never been on one, so yeah, I can't say.
I love cruises. I advocate for cruises a lot, and I think it's sick because you kind of have like an itinerary throughout the day, right?
Yeah.
You're on the ship. You wake up at like an island or you have a day at sea. Day at sea, you just kind of like you do whatever you want. Casinos. There's water slides, which I love doing. There's those wave runners, with the boogie
Jet
board.
skis?
Jet skis on a ship, bro? What? Are you
No,
high?
like, you can take it off the ship, no?
Shut the fuck. Are you joking?
I'm asking a question.
Imagine deploying a jet ski behind a cruise ship. You gotta try to keep up with the cruise ship.
That gets docked, and then they
Okay, well,
use that.
well, you kind of went a little bit off plan here. I'm talking about a day at sea. Day at sea, you got to stay on the boat, obviously, 'cause it's cruising the ocean to go to the next
Oh, yeah, you gotta
destination.
stay on a cruise ship. You gotta stay on the cruise.
Anyways, there's the wave runners and shit. There's slides. There's like dry slides. There's like zip lines. Like cool shit to do, which I love doing.
Are there cookies?
And I take LSD when I'm on the day at seas. What? Cookies? Yeah, there's buffets. Everywhere. But do you got to see these people on the ships? They are, oh my God, ruthless.
Why?
They're disgusting. Americans? Just imagine the average American on a cruise ship, dude. When you go on a cruise ship, you will not believe how many wheelie scooters there are with like fat people. Not even being fucked up.
Do you
You could be like,
discriminate?
I'm not discriminating. I'm just saying that
Do you have a
there's.
problem with fat people?
You ever go to Disneyland?
I sure have.
Whenever you go to Disneyland, don't you see like an abundance of people
I've been
that
to
have
Disneyland
health
in a long
complications?
time, man.
When I went to Disneyland, there's a lot of people with
I
health
remember we
complications.
went last year.
You are not letting me speak.
All right, go ahead.
There's people in those scooters with oxygen tanks, breath masks, whatever they're doing, enjoying their time at the park, and they're wheeling around. It's just like that on the cruise ships, and you're like, why? I mean, enjoy your vacation, but it's just like, it's insane. Is that fucked up?
Those people definitely can't swim.
Yeah, I mean,
they don't
I used
swim.
to feel similar until I had to learn how to navigate my life with crutches and be a little handicapped myself. So now I'm more sympathetic toward those individuals.
You know what? When I age, I hope to become as sympathetic as you are. But
Yeah.
like I was saying,
Empathetic.
the cruise ship would be a good vacation because we go to different islands, plan different excursions. Like we can go cave diving, scuba, jet skiing, stupid shit. What? Why are you guys looking at me like that?
I thought you said jet skiing. That's fine. Go on.
Yes, you can go jet skiing.
All right, so going back full circle here, you can go jet skiing, which is what I was
Bro,
looking to
I
do.
literally
That's it.
thought you meant like because I was talking about the day at sea.
Yeah, I'm gonna send Dan the jet ski, just following the ship.
You know, sharks follow those ships
Yeah.
because they dump like food and shit, so the sharks are like ready to bite. Crazy.
So a cruise would be cool, sure.
Maybe when we all go pro. We all go pro, so it's gonna be a long. No, bro, go work out.
Yeah,
Do your
bro.
shit.
Get a pump.
You got a
Um,
question? Okay, go on.
Kyle, would you ever compete again?
Time's got to be right, and I have to be able to be better.
Okay. Like, would you want to chase a pro card at all, or is that like not a priority?
I mean, if I'm competing, I guess at the end of the day, what am I competing for? I'm competing to win. So,
Yeah.
you know, but is it the end all be all? No, because I think at the end of the day, it's something, if I keep trying and you have people that compete 30 or 40 times, my God, I hope you win your pro card if you're in it for that long. But at the same time, I just want I care about my health and my future at this point, and then leading by example. So I just want to get back into, when you're prepping and in that 10 weeks out state, I want to be able to be participating in like the workouts and do what I usually do.
Yeah.
So I've had a nice break, but hopefully I'm hitting my stride now. I think I told you I used the Smith machine for a chest press last week, and it was the first time I touched it since March.
Yeah.
And I got up to 45 on each side, so that was exciting. You know, it used to be like, obviously it's like a warm up to you. And I would laugh about it back in the day, but now it's like
It's
starting
challenging.
from the ground up. So
Yeah.
again, I'm just using this as an opportunity to focus on a different style of lifting, really honed in on my form, not like a bro science type, but just controlling all my reps and getting the most out of them. And then hopefully, as I continue to get stronger, the look comes back with it.
I'm still on vacation talk here.
Go back to it.
I am. Let's say I go pro, right? Imagine throwing a banger, like going on vacation.
Yeah.
Throwing at my parents' house, just big party.
All right, time out.
Destroy.
We're going on vacation. We're going to your parents' house.
Well, you could do day of going pro, party, parents' house, liquor, girls.
We're all in relationships.
Liquor, girls. This is bodybuilding.
We're celebrating going pro,
You're
bro.
gonna eat your post meal after the show, and that's it. And we
Whatever
prepare for the pro debut.
Oh my God, you can't keep. Okay.
Oh, bodybuilding or die. That's this life. You chose this life.
Well, you're choosing Greece over your clients. You're choosing an
I don't
8-hour.
participate.
You're telling me you're not gonna have one fuck up when you're in Greece with one of your clients.
I'm gonna try to set myself up so I can't have a fuck up. I have a nice 10-hour plane ride, which is a breeze, by the way, after going to Thailand. Like, that shit, see, 10 hours is nothing. So I plan on making sure everyone is taken care of, and I'm good for 7 days. Now, if something happens, the government shut down, you know, maybe I won't get back here.
Whatever, man. Have you been on? Are you on like TikTok?
No, I tried to get into it, but I don't really use it much.
You have the app.
I have the app on my phone, yeah.
Yeah. Grant, could you get the Wi-Fi password? Do you know it?
What's the Wi-Fi password?
IREV 2023.
iRev.
Capital I. Rev
What up, bro?
How you doing?
Is it, which one?
Guest. All right. So, Kyle, when you go on TikTok, hang on. Content has just changed so
It
much.
doesn't work.
So annoying.
Sorry, bro. This is why I use AI for everything. AI
Yes.
generates everything.
Exactly. When you're on TikTok, watch. I bet in the next 10 swipes, there'll be an AI-generated post. Okay. I have a limit for my TikTok because I
You've
use it a
already
lot.
reached it, and it's 6 a.m.
Dude, it's 1:30. All right. 3. Hang on. 4, 5, 6.
That was technically AI.
7, 8. Hang on. This is AI right here. It's these clips from people have clipped our podcast and used AI.
Yeah.
But it's these clips of anything. There's a lot of Sam Sulek on here, especially for the fitness industry and Trend Twins.
Who?
Sam Sulek. You know Sam Sulek.
I don't coach him. I don't know who he is.
Don't be a
Damn.
dick.
I know who Sam is. He's very, very popular.
He's awesome,
Doing
man.
well for himself.
But I actually I hope we can find some because these posts crack me up. All right, ready for this? Yep, here's one.
Sam looks like a really good boy.
He looks like he's a genuine, just like good child, right?
Interesting.
No, but I don't know, man. Fitness industry content has changed a shit ton.
You think it's because of AI or just because of the times?
Times have changed. We talked about that in one of our episodes of like social media changing.
Ruining fitness.
What?
Ruining fitness.
Yeah. But get off your phone.
Sorry.
But there's just like
Fucking Starburst.
a Starburst.
Yeah, it's a
Starburst
juicy contradiction. You were just on your phone the entire time.
for the
I picked up my
podcast. For the
phone a
for the
second. And I
podcast.
was checking in case something was wrong with a client, so I don't fuck up. Fuck.
Speak with
The
your
most
chest.
personality we got out of you, bro.
I don't want to be a fucking robot.
Well, that's what you used to be in your social media
Trying to do
lifetime.
Go
What
on.
company's that hat?
Don't worry about it. It's my own company. I'm gonna release these hats in another couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Okay,
good.
what's the message behind your company?
Do good. We all do good. We're all, some people just suck. They take up space.
Can you name one?
No, I'm not gonna name specific people.
Why not?
Walking towards us.
Hello, stranger. Hi.
Hey. Yeah, come on in.
Hey.
We're not recording or anything.
Hey.
Can we see a little smoochy?
Can we see?
Can we see a little smoochy?
Yeah.
Oh, they do it? Dude,
On the
that's
cheek.
sick. That's awesome.
Do good.
Like it?
Supposedly he's dropping it in a couple of days.
Couple weeks.
Couple weeks.
Weeks.
Yeah.
Coach Kyle merch. Yeah.
You really stand behind that message, huh? Your own girlfriends don't know about it. Do good.
Listen.
Set a good example.
Whatever. I did not.
Damn! You're getting a vacation and a car?
This is a live video. Here in the video, and now taking up our time to talk about a car that I have to buy you.
An Odyssey?
Yes.
What's outside?
Oh,
Oh, the
no.
GT3.
Shayna said she'll be here in 4 minutes.
I don't know, because they were waiting for Nico or something. They're far.
Are you Shane? Is Shanna and Haley? Oh, I guess you and Shanna.
So
can
who
just-
is Nico? Just a friend?
Alex's friend? Yeah.
He looks like a SARM boy.
Oh my God.
He does.
You think he takes stuff? Nico.
Just a really good physique.
Yeah. He's just
Good natty
lean.
physique, yeah.
Just lean.
Is he lean? I never seen
Yeah.
him. Fair enough.
Ask him if he's on SARMs.
Yeah.
But
All right. See you soon.
Toodaloo.
All right. So,
Back
So
to
where
social
were
media.
we?
Back to social media.
okay.
yeah.
So the content-wise, it's just like I remember when TikTok first came into play, and there wasn't really a niche for the fitness industry or fitness in general. And then I don't even know when it came about, but TikTok fitness is primarily humor, and it's like meme humor, and I love it. I don't have meme humor myself, so like I don't feel good posting shit like that. But when I see it, I crack up. Like that Sam Sulek thing is that funny high pitch audio and then just old photos of Sam.
Was TikTok was always like that since it came out? It's like more of meme based, or not really?
TikTok, no, when TikTok first came out, it was like Charlie D'Amelio and like these like TikTok crews like in LA, and they were the only thing you saw on your For You page, dancing.
And then the dancing, right?
It was dancing. And then it just spread. Here's Sam Sulek.
I don't understand. That's like the cool thing now.
Yes.
People just, I mean,
That's crazy.
people just laugh, bro,
I don't find that funny.
because you're old.
Damn. That's rude.
Yeah. But that's TikTok. Now on YouTube, for a long time because of TikTok, it was short form content too. Where people were going so fast paced YouTube videos to keep people's attention span because of this TikTok.
Yeah.
But now, thanks to Mr. Sam and thanks to probably other people too, but Sam's the one guy you think of in the fitness industry that posting like hour-long videos people watch.
Yeah.
Long form content's coming back, which is awesome for me, maybe for some other people too. But I've really enjoyed
When
long
you say
form
more
content.
long form content, slower pace.
Slower pace, like literally showing what every human genuinely does. Like think about Jesse's content, right? It's scripted, it's planned out super well for like TV. But YouTube, it can either be super professional or super non-professional. So now it's leaning more back to the route of non-professional, just genuine content.
Of who you are and what.
Yes,
you
who you are, what you are. Because like you could show your personality and stuff through edits, fine. But when you're just genuinely yourself and just going about the motions of whatever it is, like, sick.
Okay. Well, it's
It's awesome. Yeah. It's really cool. I'm excited to
And now
post
you're
my
saying,
long-form content.
why do you think the shift to that long form content now?
Why do I think that? Well, I'm going to use Sam as the best example because that's what I could think of, right?
Okay.
So Sam, his content was always long form, right? It's always long form, and he was consistent with it. And eventually, it took a couple months to blow up.
Right.
And when he blew up, people just like Sam. So they're like, dude, I'm enjoying these videos, and they just kept watching him, whatever they are. Like he posted an hour and a half long video the other day. People just watch it. Now, granted, some people did find out about Sam through TikTok, the short form content, obviously. And think about it, it's like a bandwagon when some people in the whole fitness industry are like, dude, Sam Sulek's content's awesome. Like you're watching Sam, everyone's hopping on it. So now everyone's trying to watch this long form content. Whether they skip it or not, they're still clicking on those long videos, and it's kind of like getting back into the algorithm, which is sick.
So Sam's kind of, I mean, that's beneficial for people that were doing long form
Yeah.
content that perhaps died off or just didn't
Like
have a
me?
success rate.
Yep. Me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what about those people that were being successful, I guess, with that short form content? Do you feel like that's like they're gonna have to either adapt or die, or
Potentially. I mean, think about it. Whenever there's like a trend or anything like that, right? You always adapt to the trend because that's what's
typically
in.
try to be the trendsetter or be
Yeah.
ahead of the pack? Right.
So, do I think every short form content person is going to die down? No. Like someone like Jesse that's super solidified in his content, which is super fast paced, 10-minute short form content. No.
Right.
But I think it's going to bring a lot more long form content
But going
onto the
back to what you
market.
touched on, your type of content was always long form content. You never really. Did you really try the short form content or not really?
I tried. I didn't like it.
It put him. It's just not a good fit for him. It just
Yeah.
put him out of
I
his
prefer
zone.
it took me out of my comfort zone because I was trying to be something I wasn't fully, which
So it's
was
hard
like
for you.
it was hard for me to adapt. And that's the thing. Like why I was like very good at YouTube in the start was because I was myself, and it was super easy. I was getting rewarded for being myself.
Right.
And then when that change happened to short form, I was not getting rewarded for not being myself, so it made me frustrated because I'm like, damn it, dude, I'm adapting, trying to adapt. I don't like adapting like this, and it's not working out. So it's like a lose-lose. But now it's coming back, so I'm excited.
Okay.
Really am.
And
Yeah.
to answering your question, do you think people will have to adapt? I think yes, but they can use it methodically. So, for example, they can utilize short form content to promote or drive traction, kind of like how Sam Sulek blew up through TikTok.
Yeah.
It's just using like those platforms to drive towards like your main platform. For him, it'd be YouTube. For Anthony, it'd be YouTube. So
Do you think for any successful person, is it always relate back to YouTube somehow?
I think every successful YouTuber has to look at it and almost adjust and adapt to their own system they
But
have.
from a financial perspective, you make the most money. The only platform you're really making money on predominantly is YouTube, right? So
Well, arguably not.
No, because once you get into brand deals, because like you can get paid per Instagram post if you're a sponsored post.
True.
You can get paid per 30-second to 60-second ad for YouTube videos or TikToks. So it's different in a sense, but at the same time, I mean, YouTube is definitely the platform where you get the best engagement and the I would say most genuine community built under you because they can really connect
Now,
with
I
that
think
person's personality.
also- I don't know about you. I guess I'll ask you this question. Do you have cable TV?
No,
Not anymore.
No. Do you have cable TV?
no.
I feel like most people don't, right? Which 10 years ago, 15 years ago, that was never a possibility. You had cable TV or you didn't watch TV, different sitcoms or whatever. But I feel like a lot of people like put YouTube on their television. So maybe that's
To watch
why-
it now, yeah.
to watch maybe the long form content, whatever they want to watch.
Yeah. To go back to what you were saying too, like people actually, I think YouTube's the best social media platform for a lot of reasons. And any person that's successful on social media, well, now I'm kind of contradicting myself, but I'm thinking people like David Dobrik, right? He started out on Vine, which is short form content, went to YouTube, which was long form content. His videos were still 4 minutes, 20 seconds, but longer form. And then now he's actually on Snapchat because Snapchat pays him the most.
Interesting.
It's crazy. Snapchat, from what I've heard, Jesse's like a sponsored Snapchat partnership, whatever it is. They get paid a lot of money. What it is like the ads that are run on your Snapchat stories. I think you share 50% with Snapchat, so whatever they're making, you make half.
Oh, that's pretty
gnarly. And then also your stories randomly just get pushed itself, so you'll like get like Jesse sometimes get 600,000 views on a Snapchat. Yeah, Oliver too.
Mm-hmm.
Sush, when he was at the fight, I think the Sugar Sean fight, he's at like 2 million views on Snapchat.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So like when you're at like those events that are like being featured on Snapchat spotlights, like your views go up.
That's awesome.
More views, more stories, more
That's
money.
cool. And it's ever changing. So I guess a year ago, just wasn't the case, obviously.
Snapchat?
Well, I mean,
A
even
year
how
ago
TikTok
was.
working, right?
What?
The dancing on TikTok was within what 2 years, essentially.
Yeah.
So I think it all changes, always adapting.
Yeah.
Bro, it's crazy how fast TikTok moved just because it's like when we were in LA, the friends we had, they were popular on the platform at the time. And now, if they didn't adjust or like move in a different direction, they're back to normalcy.
Yeah. No, I was actually some of our friends actually unfollowed me on Instagram.
Really?
One of the twins did. Guess which one?
Aisha.
Azra.
What?
Yeah. Azra unfollowed me. Aisha didn't. So, but no, it's just interesting because like at the time I remember like them making so much more money, so many more views, so much more just mainstream viral, and just died out. Which we knew was gonna happen. I didn't know it was gonna happen this quick or not. And then on top of that too, what I'm very grateful for is fitness talk. I guess you can call it fitness TikTok. Has become so big, way bigger than I've ever been before. And I feel like every kid in the high school now like wants to work out. It's like the cool thing to do. I'm not in high school, so if you guys are in high school, anyone watching this, let me know. But when I was in high school, no one else was working out like I was working out. I wanted to be an influencer before it was cool.
Right.
So like I feel nowadays everyone wants to do it. Dude, look at people just like come in with a tripod and shit. They want to make it, you know?
Yeah. No, it's definitely more common than ever.
Yeah.
It's a fine line though because it's difficult. Ever since Sam did blow up on YouTube, there are smaller like there's hundreds at this point. Like I see every day on my YouTube recommended. It's carbon copies of how Sam runs his videos.
Yeah, but none of them are successful.
No, and that's the key. Like for the people that are successful, the reason why they're successful is because they found something that
Works for them.
works for them, makes them unique, makes them stand out, and the community follows them because like they're interesting.
Yep.
You can't be a carbon copy of what's currently blowing up because they would rather just watch the original
Yeah.
than
Yeah, and I don't see Sam. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong because
Blabbing?
he doesn't like he didn't
Only
use
with
anybody
hostile.
to really.
No. Grow himself.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Like, especially people are friends. You leverage your friends, and
Yeah.
you all come up together, right? Rise through the ranks. But Sam seems to have kind of been on his own,
yeah.
getting pretty.
Which I wonder if that's just who he is deep down. Deep down, like I have seen some interesting traits of him, just like be funny and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I just think like he's just like super cool with just being himself, chilling by himself, doing his thing, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, we're not close to him to know that.
Yeah. But
Maybe one day me and Sam will be tight.
I think
whenever Sam's ready.
Whenever
s-
what?
Whenever Sam's ready.
Took me a while to get that, but that was funny. Dude, me and Sam will be posing on the stage.
Maybe.
Who knows?
has he ever spoke about his plans for competing? Does he want to
I
compete?
think he mentioned on one of the episodes with Hostile. I don't know.
I
I
don't think he's
don't
in a
remember what he
rush.
said. Yeah.
I don't think he's in a rush.
Oh, okay.
I wonder how he'd look if he did like a full on like correct prep.
Well, there's something wrong with how he's prepping.
He's just like in our last episode we mentioned like bulking and cutting.
Yeah.
He's an advanced version of bulking and cutting. He's got the mass to him, but he just cuts and he'll eat like Wendy's sandwiches and Subway on his cut. Baconator, bro. No, it was a spicy chicken sandwich, I think.
Interesting. Yeah, it's probably not the most efficient, but I mean, if it keeps him happy and he's making progress, at this point, for now, it works for him, right?
I think that's what makes it like for the masses that are like attracted
Oh, yeah.
to him. Just the fact that like he looks like a freak.
Yep.
Two, he doesn't put so much obsession or like. Don't get me wrong. He probably behind the scenes.
He's an obsession in his videos.
Yeah, he's obsessed with training. He loves training, but in terms of like the nutrition or just like overall life, like it seems like he's still very connected to outside life, and he
Yes.
hasn't secluded himself and just gone like a robot into bodybuilding.
Correct. He appeals to the masses because it's simple. He's like, listen, calories in, calories out. This Wendy's sandwich has 25 grams of carbs, which is equivalent to 25 grams of carbs from rice. 25 grams of protein, same thing as my
Enough.
chicken.
Enough. Stop.
Kyle,
That
see,
shit
the man that's
doesn't
an
work,
extreme.
man. Please. And if he looks that way eating that,
But
you
then
can only imagine what
I'm
he'll
gonna
be.
back up the comments in his video. Why does he have back veins 4 days into the cut?
Drugs.
I'm sorry. Let's just call it, just call it as we see it. I mean, obviously, there's some enhancements involved here. How old is he?
21.
He's 21.
21. You okay? What'd you just?
No,
Oh.
saying that.
I was being food
Bro,
being
I'm
delivered here.
so thirsty.
Speaking
Thank
of
you.
Wendy's,
I'm so thirsty.
you're
Thirsty?
thirsty?
You
Yeah.
got a
Take a break,
drink?
get water?
Yep.
Okay, buddy.
What was your first impression of Sam, Kyle? Like, when did you find out about him? And then, like how long ago did you find out about him? Like, have you been keeping up with him?
Maybe if I can't put an exact date on. I'm usually
Yeah.
good with that, but I'm not really sure. A couple months it's been, and he just looked like someone that's consistent, goes to the gym, likes to train, and he wasn't like obsessed with wearing certain brands. He's like one of the few fitness influencers
Yeah.
that he doesn't care to be affiliated with a certain brand, which I think I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's staying true to himself, and he kind of has like an old school vibe to him.
Oh,
He
you know,
does.
you know what his vibe is? Rich Piano. There's side by side. That's on
I
TikTok.
hope he doesn't follow Rich completely.
No. I need to find it actually. So you guys are gonna talk for a sec. But there's a clip. Hold on.
Yeah, so how about you shut up while you look for it? All right. So anyway, that's when I first probably saw him, and I just thought he was looked like. Again, I respected his demeanor as far as his training. I mean, he
Yeah.
trains like a typical kid. So do
Yeah.
I expect it to be like a professional? No,
Mm.
but it's not horrid.
No.
I found it.
Yeah.
So I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
You ready?
Can you send me that video too? Doesn't count. Just a snack.
Identical.
Yeah, similar for sure.
What do you mean similar? He literally just wanted to take that idea.
Well, like I said, I hope he
That's
doesn't
awesome.
follow in Rich's steps.
yeah, no.
So
If you were his coach, 3 easy implementations you would give Sam.
say that one more time. I can't really hear you. I'm sorry.
If you were his coach, what would 3 things you would change like right off the rip?
I guess. I mean, we could just touch on the nutritional approach, right? I would try to have something that's a little bit more healthier based, health-based, conscientious. So he's conscious of, I guess, what he is truly consuming. Because I think the more mass he puts on, again, at some point, when you're over, I think he's like, last I saw, he was like 230 pounds. He's pretty lean.
235.
So again, if he truly dieted down, he's going to lose. He's young. He's not going to hold on to all the muscle. It's impossible. But it becomes, again, a strain on your heart. So you don't see those things when you're a kid. You're not going to see it until you're past 25. But at some point, you're going to look at those and realize, like, hey, I shouldn't be eating like a jerk off. That's why I'm going to stop. So more of a nutrition, I would just try to push him in the right direction, right? Would I abandon exactly what he's doing completely? No, because at the end of the day, obviously, it makes him happy. It's giving him progress. Training-wise, the clips I've seen, again, I think it just comes down to not just clanging and banging weight, just trying to implement, like, hey, make lightweight heavier, make the most of the movements, and a little bit goes a long way. And again, I don't know the supplement approach, but a little bit goes a long way. I'll repeat again.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, no, his training is awesome. I mean, it's definitely not like the typical bodybuilder you would see, but it works for him, and he's a strong boy, so I guess stick with it.
Yeah, no, it works for him. So if it's not broke, you don't fix it. But you can just, again, point out, I always try to say is point out the landmines and just try to navigate the field. You're step on some ultimately, because that's how you learn in life, is through experience. But yeah, it looks like he has a bright future, and I hope he just stays healthy and keeps. He seems very wholesome,
Yeah.
So I hope that doesn't get tainted based on his success and people in his ear, because I think that's how people sometimes go off course.
Yeah.
It's
No.
not by choice.
So, Ant, same question to you. What I asked Kyle. When did you find out about Sam, and what was like your first impression, and have you been following?
Yeah, I told you guys this many times before. I found out about Sam like day 3 on his series, and I literally said I watched his videos and I would watch him in bed on like day 3, and I was like, fuck, he continues this, he's gonna blow up, and I knew that, and he did, blew up way bigger than I thought he would, because I didn't even know that what he reached was even possible. That like no one's done that before. How fast he grew, so hats off to him. Found out him in the start, which makes me kind of feel a little special. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, like that's sick. And I feel like it was put on my algorithm because like my content's kind of the same.
It's
to a degree.
similar.
So that's why I was on my YouTube homepage. But it'd be really cool to like maybe one day cross paths with Sam, chat with him, work out with him, like no cameras, just like genuinely just like get a feel for the kid.
Yeah.
We're both young. We're the same age, you know. He's
Where is
a
he?
little bit bigger than I am, but I got more bodybuilding experience. He's in Ohio.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's in Ohio, but yeah, I mean, he's obviously in the industry now and stuff. He's not really working with too many companies besides Hostile, but it'd be awesome to run a workout, pose, and whatever.
You were getting water before, and one thing I mentioned was the fact that he hasn't really went down any path in terms of partnering with any like brands, right?
Yeah.
I think there's different crowds, I guess you could say,
Yes.
in groupies.
Yep.
He hasn't went the YoungLA route, Gymshark route, other brands that come to mind. What's your opinion on that? I guess if you can go back in
Dude.
time, how does that look to you?
That's awesome. It really is. I mean, when you join a company, you kind of like join a group.
Yeah.
Because it's like thinking about it. When you joined a soccer team, where like those are your friends, you find some friends you're cool with, and some people start drama and shit like that, and here and there. But he's to himself.
Right.
He's not conforming to anything, and even like what makes this is he reminds me. Okay, I'm gonna compare him to Derek, more place more days for example. Derek has always done his videos in that sauna, that same wooden backdrop. People loved it. He changed it, I think, an episode or two. People like flipped out. They went crazy. Same thing with him, bro. He's always used the same dirty hat he wears, the same sweatpants, same shirt. And if he then changed and, signed with the company, I'm sure some people wouldn't really say too many things. He'd make some money off it. But by seeing him blow up to how much he did, and people know he could get a sponsorship, and he didn't, people gain respect for that. I'm sure if he now joined one in like a month or two, people wouldn't be upset. They'd be like, dude, supporting you, like good for you, like support. They're not gonna be like, he sold out, not at all, because he waited so long. So overall, like, dude, such a smart, whether he knew it or not, just super smart on his move. Like, that's awesome. From like
Is his parents around in the videos at all, or no?
I don't know. I don't know. I do know about his parents a little bit through these photos I see. He has a brother named Mark.
Okay.
His brother named Mark.
He
I think he's
left too,
younger.
or not really?
He plays golf.
Okay.
I have found his parents actually on Instagram. I sound like a stalker, bro. I promise I'm not.
sound like
I found shit through TikTok. Here. Here's his brother and Sam.
Okay. Yeah, his brother, it just looks like a version doesn't really lift as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works for him, man. So he's doing his thing, and obviously he's kind of taking the industry by storm a little bit,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool to see,
No, I love it. I'm like it's the most enjoyable content there is. It's really cool.
So
Yeah. But what else is in the news? You see Christian and Heidi got engaged?
I did. Some
did.
people will say about time, but timing is a beautiful thing in life. Sometimes time is right, and I guess he felt now is the appropriate time, and
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I think he did it where in
Egypt.
pyramids and stuff in the background. I saw, right? So that's really cool, man.
He like secretly flew to Alaska a couple days beforehand.
Yeah, I don't know how you secretly do that.
I
It
guess it's
doesn't make
easy
sense
when you
to
have a
me.
business like he does. Got to take a business trip, honey.
Yeah, usually that's where you're going, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, he pulled it off, and wish the best for them,
Yeah.
He's definitely a hard worker, and hopefully he gets his binging under control. And
Yeah, dude, I
things will
saw
work
that
well.
on that video. There was like a lot of like negative comments on that one reel he posted where people were like
And
commenting
like blowing up, it's blow.
yeah, like
Flex
this-
Lewis
yeah,
commented on it
Flex
too.
Lewis even commented on it.
I'll show you. So Christian Guzman posted this reel talking about like I don't know men's physique or some shit like that.
Uh-huh.
His caption was, "It has always come down to me versus me." Flex Lewis commented, "Damn, mate, I see that off season is already into full effect. Hope all's well."
Yeah.
Like,
John Skywalker commented something. "Wow, look at all these haters coming out of the woodworks to kick a good man while he's down. Shame on y'all."
Yeah, but I guess that's where, like, I don't... I disagree with that because you're not kicking. He made that choice to rebound that way, right? Just like he
Yeah.
made the choice to bust his ass and get in shape. Mm-hmm. And I guess at some point, there's no excuse for it.
Have
He does
accountability
He
for it.
does so many other things that are so much harder. So again, if there's a health reason, I apologize if there's something going on.
Yeah.
But the reality is there probably is not. So I can't speak to anything being not presented.
Yeah.
You've done it numerous times, so you want to be a professional. You need to carry yourself like a professional. And I know he's capable, but obviously, his focus is on. If you were to say to me, maybe he's done bodybuilding, I'd say, okay, that makes sense. But it seems like he does it every time. He just makes it harder. So I don't see him ever being able to make the progress he wants to.
Yeah.
Because of things like this. And I get it. I mean, I can only imagine what it's like to be in his shoes for a day. So
I
it's
love
probably
Christian.
challenging, but definly not healthy. That's the scary
yeah.
part. He's not a spring chicken.
Yeah.
I just
So-
posted. He just posted. I'm liking it. No, there's actually something really good we could have brought up while talking about Sam Sulek and how he's not joining any companies.
Yeah.
You know how there was some drama going on with the company we're with, YoungLA and Gymshark.
Yes, I did see that.
So I actually called David about it. David's obviously with Gymshark, and David was the one who posted the joggers that Gymshark made. So basically, for everyone that doesn't know, what happened was YoungLA has one of their best-selling items it's called the Immortal joggers. They're the cool hip joggers. They have different colors, and then on the pant leg, there's like different logos. They have Young Ambitious Club, YoungLA, like some different shit. Maybe there's a flower or a heart on it. I don't know. And Gymshark came out with their own jogger. I forget what the name is.
World.
But it's basically the same design. Instead of going down the whole pant leg, they went down just like to the quad. But it was a clear imitation of YoungLA's joggers. And David posted it, and when I called Dave, I was like, hey, man, so what do you think about the situation going on, right? Because I'm honestly good friends with Dave. He's with Gymshark. I was with Gymshark at one point. I'm with YoungLA. And he's like, bro, honestly, this is what happened. He said he gets packages, and just like I do sometimes, like he doesn't open it right away. He got a call from one of the executives. He's like, hey, like, did you get your package from a couple days ago? And he's like, oh, yeah, I did. And the executive said, it was supposed to drop next week, those pants, but they actually dropped today. So can you open it up and make a story? And you'll be the first one, like you're the first one notified, like blah, 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 like, you can get your story out there first. So he's like, okay, yeah, I'm on it. Makes the story, and that's when hell broke loose because people in YoungLA saw it. And then there was the guy, Giordani, on our, YoungLA team. He went out there, spoke a few words, said some mean words here and there, I guess some unprofessional words. And went back to Gymshark, and then Bradley O'Martin got involved too,
What does
saying
Bradley
some
have to
shit.
do with this?
Nothing.
Oh,
Nothing. I mean, kind of stuff. I don't know. He just said
clothes were
What?
Same manufacturer, right?
yeah, he was using YoungLA to help make his clothes
Right.
a couple years ago, and then YoungLA stopped because they grew so much they didn't want to. They became competitors,
Right.
so they weren't going to help anymore. I don't know what Brad said in the story, but he basically said like, what was it? Like, I've been waiting to share this secret for so long, and then he said something about Giordani, and Giordani showed some message about Giordani. But the Brad and Giordani part's not really what I want to get into. I
Right.
want to get into just the simple fact of just like drama just arose, which I feel like is kind of common in the fashion industry of like copy pasting ideas.
For sure, and I think I don't know. On one breath, again, I can relate it to coaching. People copy and paste things.
Yep.
It's it could be looked at first like that's messed up, like that's
Yep.
not professional. You shouldn't do that. Get your own idea. But at the end of the day, if you establish your brand and you have a good community, people that rock with you are going to stay with you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if someone else is copying your style. Take
No,
that as like
a compliment, like
yeah,
oh,
a compliment,
sick, yeah.
and kind of go from there. And it's kind of, and then, like I said, looking outside the industry, man, like it's just like a car industry. You have a different brand, but if
It's the
there's
same
something
shit.
that's really popular that people love, what are you gonna do? You're gonna
Yep.
copy it the best you can and do it. So at the end of the day, it's not like it's patented; it's clothes.
Exactly,
And a year
yeah.
from now, no one's gonna care about immortal joggers, right? It's gonna move on to something else, hopefully
Yeah.
something better. So it's just silly. It's drama. Gives someone something to talk about for a week, but I think, like anything in life, people have short-term memory. So that's the topic for this past 2 weeks, maybe. So it's outlived the typical drama,
It's kind of
but it'll go away.
it's kind of like when the nudes get leaked in high school. It's a hot topic for a little bit, and then like, everyone forgets about it.
As far as, I mean, that's really it for the drama with Gymshark.
Yeah.
We don't want to.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that fat bitch.
Wow. Okay.
You try to get two people on it. What's going on? Thank you. What's going on, man? What's your name?
George, nice to meet you.
George? Pleasure, Anthony.
Pleasure.
This mic is yours, and that seat is yours. Just like get relatively close to it, and you'll be good.
Right here, good?
Yep. Maybe a little closer. Perfect. All right. Well, welcome, George. We started incorporating this in the last episode, just getting a random person in the gym to ask anything, honestly, in this episode. It could be about the fitness industry. It could be sponsorships. It could be about bodybuilding, gym, diet, whatever the hell you want.
Whatever is on your
Or
mind.
life.
So I guess, Kyle, I'll ask you, when you take on clients, I'm sure there's like a lot of change in their, training styles that you have to make. What's like the biggest misconception that you see with people when they come with you? Like, what's the biggest change you have to make for them, like training wise?
So I would say training wise is just seeing what they're focused on. Sometimes people are like focused on how strong they can be, and a lot of times strength doesn't translate to growing muscle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if someone has a powerlifting background and that's still integrated in their mind, so when they're going about bodybuilding, all they care about is how strong they're getting and beating the logbook. For a lot of people, that doesn't yield any type of progress. It just beats your body down.
Yeah.
So I would say that would be one facet. And then the other facet would be chasing those reps. So let's just say you're trying to do a set of 8 to 12 or whatever your exercise is. What you'll see is from rep 1 to rep 12, the speed of the reps start to increase. They don't care about the eccentric because, again, they're just focused on getting to rep 12.
Just to the number, yeah.
And then I guess to tie into a third aspect is not just pushing yourself, right? So they'll just be robotic. So they'll do a set of 12 and they stop.
Yeah. Even when
so
they can
you-
do more, right?
Yeah, and they could do more. And it's just like, hey, that was your set of 12. Why did you stop? So I think that's the hardest thing, is realizing how much you have within yourself when you're doing something, you know?
That's what I was talking to my friend about. We were saying how we changed the way that we train over the last,
Just
couple
make sure you're
years.
talking into the mic because I don't know if it'll pick up.
Like over the last couple years, we changed how we train a lot, and we noticed after doing sets of like 12 to 15, the first half of the set was just waiting until we're tired and we actually feel it, rather than now we switched to like sets of 6 to 8, where the first rep is like actually like
Challenging.
feeling
Getting there,
it,
yeah.
not just getting 5 reps out of the way just to get the number up.
I think that's super important. And sometimes another way you could look at it is that regardless of what exercise you're doing, think of, if I told you, like, let's just choose a dumbbell curl, for example. What can you dumbbell curl for 10 reps typically?
50.
You think you do 50? Okay. So if I handed you a 25 and I said, hey, George, you have to do a set of failure of only 12 reps, how would you approach that set differently? Because you just said you could do the 50s for 10.
Yeah.
How would you do 25s for only 12 and be a failure?
Go a lot slower on the eccentric, maybe like as opposed to 50, like, yeah, maybe there's a little bit of swing involved, maybe doing, putting my back up against, the bench so that I'm not able to cheat at all. Because, I see people like Nick Walker curling like smaller weights, and, he's probably someone that can curl a lot more than, I can, obviously. But just making the weight heavier than it actually is, like the mindset of it.
Right, and focusing on, again, the eccentric.
Yeah.
Right? You don't got to go awfully slow. If you're squatting, you can only go so slow at 500 pounds,
Yeah.
but you just don't want to beat up your nervous system. But also focusing on the contraction, right? So always pausing at the end ranges. So at the top of the movement, try to have a quick little pause, and the bottom of the movement, rather than using momentum and stuff like that. So integrating all 3 of those things, I think, can change your physique because of how much is going to develop from that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. You have anything else, or is that it?
Well, I mean, maybe for you, like,
Sure.
you competed how many times? 4? 3, 4?
I think I've done, like 4 preps, but like 7 shows maybe. Yeah,
And you're,
21.
yeah, I'm 21 as well.
Oh, cool. Very nice.
I want to compete possibly next summer for my first show. And is there anything, I know like diet-wise needs to be locked in, but
Absolutely.
maybe like a mindset thing for
Sure.
someone whose first show it is, maybe like preparing for it.
Yeah. So when I say when you want to do a show, right, I think my best advice for you is set it as a goal, right? Kind of have a time frame out. Know in your time of your life when you can dedicate yourself to a prep.
Yeah.
Let's say that's, 18 months from now, a year and a half. So you have a good year to get yourself in a good spot, so this way you don't get fat when you start prep. And you just know that, like, all right, let's say right now you're in college and it's your last year at college. All right, I'm out of college next year. I'll be good. I know I can lock in for this. So you just prepare yourself, get ready for the show. Start looking at coaches. Maybe you want a local coach. Maybe you want a coach that you know online that you want to try out. and prepare yourself to be with the coach a little bit before prep. This way, they know your body before you actually start the prep.
Okay.
Basically, just preparing yourself up for success and to impress yourself throughout the prep. At the end of the day, you are preparing for that show day, but like make the most of it. What do you want to see your body capable of doing, right? Document it yourself, take photos, just be like, wow, like this is what I look like at 12 weeks out versus a week out. This is how shredded I've been, the most shredded I've ever been in my life. Just, you know, it's one life, you know, just enjoy it and see what you're capable of doing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, that was well put. I think you can take that advice, man, and like spread that with, just repeat that to yourself over and over. So I think that's really important. And you enjoy your prep for sure.
Yeah.
Because I've never went through like a proper bulk per se. Kind of just maintained since I started, and because the biggest thing for me is like food intake, like being able to stuff in 6 meals a day. It's like kind of tough.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Are you worried about getting fat?
No, I've always been super skinny.
Okay.
Like when I was younger. So fat isn't the thing. It's just, am I eating enough? Because I won't gain weight unless I really like
Stay on top of everything.
stubborn. So really gotta like.
Do you
eat,
track your food?
not like religiously, but
So
I have like
right
a
there,
rough
that's
understanding
where
of-
it's all wrong, right?
Yeah.
So you leave this conversation,
start
make sure you
tracking.
start tracking your food. If you do that, man, progress will take off.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool.
Awesome, bro.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, of
Thank you,
course.
George. I appreciate
Thank you
it.
for joining
Thanks
in.
for having me on.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man.
anytime.
Take care. Enjoy the rest of your workout if you're still working out. What are we at now? Oh, cool.
That was a good one.
Hey, he was very well spoken.
That was you said it like very clean, like professional too. It was good.
That's what I did to fucking Patty, bro, and NLA. Patty?
Yeah.
Quick thing. This is Casey, guys.
Casey? What's
Casey.
going on, man? Anthony, nice to meet you.
How are you, bro?
Welcome. Sit down, get comfortable, and grab the mic.
Microphone. Just make sure it stays somewhat close to your mouth so we pick it up. All right.
Yeah, let's see.
Good.
A little bit closer. There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
right there. All right, man. So in this episode, we kind of just like talked about whatever, honestly. So if you have any question pertaining to, honestly, it could be anything. It could not be fitness related. It could be fitness related. It could be about sponsorships, the fitness industry, bodybuilding, diet, training.
Yeah.
If you already got it, go for it.
So I was wondering, how do you start like a fitness career, through like YouTube sponsorships like YoungLA and stuff
Yep.
like that?
How do you start that?
How did that start for you?
For me, well, I did have the vision of wanting to become that influencer guy, right? I
sir.
wanted to be that. And I guess I wanted to be that from like I was 14 or 15.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen until I was like really like 17, 18. So it took me like 3 years. But I wasn't fully trying. So at first I had that vision, right? I wanted to envision it.
Yes, sir.
And then I kind of knew what I had to do, right? At the time period, there's no TikTok. It was just Instagram and YouTube. So I knew I had to post consistently and try to get my outreach out there.
Yeah.
So I stayed true to myself, which I loved bodybuilding at that young age. I always wanted to be a bodybuilder. So I posted my bodybuilding, I guess, photos of me always flexing and being like a crazy physique at a young age. And then, Lex Little?
Lex Little,
Yeah.
I've heard of him. I haven't
Lex.
really watched him.
So me and him kind of grew together at a young age, and we both like joined Gymshark, and that's where we kind of like had a snowball effect.
That's really cool.
But he grew first on YouTube, and when I saw him grow, I was like, shit, you know what? I'm capable of doing that.
Yes,
And
sir.
so we did the same type of content. We were just vlogging our own stuff, and we had a really good connection.
Yeah.
And the people that we had, our little phone at the time was like maybe 10,000 for me. He maybe had like 40,000, but they just saw the great friendship we had, and our posts, because me and him, I flew out to Ohio to see him. He flew out to New Jersey to see me, and then I made my first YouTube video with him. And so people were waiting for that because we kind of built up like a hype. I got like 40K views in my first video. It was very easy, but I guess my simple answer for that is like, do it because you want to do it, right? Don't
sure.
try to reap the benefits before you even get there.
Yeah,
So like, do it because you truthfully want to do it in a good reason.
definitely.
And then you got to figure out what works in the industry. There's trends, there's algorithms and stuff like that, but you got to make sure it stays true to yourself as well.
100%.
And consistency.
That sounds good, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. 'Cause maybe someday,
course.
I want to,
Is that your goal? Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Awesome, bro. How old are you?
I'm 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice,
I
man.
love working out. I've always loved it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I can make that, something one day.
Yeah.
But
Just be
I'll-
patient with it, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Patience and just like having fun. Because if you don't have fun with it, you'll get burnt out. You'll fight with
I think
yourself and
also,
stuff.
Not to cut you off, bro.
Yeah.
making sure you have the physique too, right? So as he said, be yourself, be original, but having the physique helps
To back it
get
up.
the eyes, the aesthetic.
100%.
You want to
Well,
see
yeah.
aesthetically pleasing things. So make
course.
sure you're working hard for the physique, and then when you start to document things and you showcase your personality,
Yeah,
it kind of synergistically pushes you in the right direction.
Well,
for sure.
I'm gonna give you some more examples. The physique is kind of necessary in some points, because, for example, imagine someone. I bet this would blow up. If someone did what Sam Sulek was doing, but
Yeah.
started out as fat, and they recorded every single day until they got fit. Eventually, like Sam Sulek, dude, he got 3,000 views his first couple videos, and then eventually they got to where they are. Imagine if a fat person transformed themselves to be super skinny. That would appeal to way more masses than bodybuilding or fitness industry. That would appeal to everyone.
yeah.
So there's so many different ways to
Avenues
get
to
there.
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
To go off of that, I also have some questions about like bulking. Like,
Yep.
how do I put on more size? Like, do you
Coach.
have any-
So currently, I guess the first thing I would ask you or anyone is, what do you currently do for your eating? Do you track your eating?
I don't exactly track, but I just make sure like I get a certain amount of meals in a day. Like I'm going
But you
for
don't
like
track,
4 or
you don't
5.
weigh meals out.
Not like with like MyFitnessPal or anything like that.
So I think that's the hardest part, right? So we
Yeah.
relate it back to working out. Do you have a split you follow?
Yeah, I do chest by itself, shoulders, tries.
Do you have
back
like certain
tries.
exercises you do?
Like
Not really, you wing it.
no, I go by like the same thing. every
So you're
workout.
pretty regimented when it comes to training, your
Yes, sir.
split, and your exercises. But why not with food?
Yeah, I guess you're right, but
Right.
I always make sure I get like a certain amount of meals in. I should
Do
probably
yourself a
try.
favor. Try to pick up a scale, and do what you normally do, but weigh it. And then
Yeah.
you can also start to log it in a chronometer or an app like that. And then you'll surprise yourself in terms of, wow, I thought I was actually eating pretty consistent. Maybe some days are more, some days are less. Some meals are more, some meals are
Yeah.
less. And then you'll have a baseline to go off of, just like if you went on a random bicep machine, you kind of know what you did last week, right? That's
Yeah.
like very easy to remember. You might not remember how much rice and chicken you had in that last meal last night,
Mhm.
So you want to be able to log things when it comes to nutrition. That'd be really helpful for you.
For sure. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
of course,
start
man.
trying to track. And where do you get the scale from? Like
You can go to like a Target, a Walmart, and you can order on
Target.
Amazon. Bed
Target,
Bath &
Amazon.
Beyond.
Target?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I
Do
appreciate it.
yourself a favor. That'll help you out a lot, man.
Also, one more question. Do you think like the split I'm doing right now is okay?
How does
Like,
your split look?
chest by itself, like then shoulders, tries, back buys, then legs? It's like a 4-day like split, pretty much.
Well, my answer right off the bat would be you could definitely, if you want to stick with those, you could definitely reorganize them to be helpful.
Yeah.
So you're hitting chest one day, which is a pushing movement,
Yes,
which
sir.
also reinforces. You take some triceps in there, right? The next day you're hitting shoulders and triceps.
Yeah.
Your triceps can be a little bit fatigued from chest. So what you could do is you could categorize it all in one day, or if you don't want to, do chest, then do back and biceps, and then do shoulders and triceps, and then legs and rest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just
I
make sure you're not
understand
putting
what
like two pushing things back to back.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be fatigued from the day before.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And like also one more question.
Sure.
So, do you guys like believe in more volume or like more like strength like during the workouts, like less sets and
yeah.
more weight or
So
more volume?
what I would say, it's a mixture between intensity and volume and weight. It's a mixture of all of it, honestly, but you got to include intensity in there.
Yeah.
So if you did a 4x12 on every exercise, right? You did that for 6 months.
Yeah.
You're gonna notice you're gonna hit a plateau. You're not
Yeah.
you're gonna notice some change like the beginning, but it's not gonna bring you permanent muscle growth all the way throughout those 6 months. Now, if you did the thing with low volume, heavy weight, you might notice a change in your physique in the beginning too, but eventually in 6 months, it's gonna kind of change.
Yeah.
Now, if you incorporate intensity with volume and heavy weight, you're gonna notice that your physique's gonna constantly just like progress.
Okay.
You might hit some plateaus as you always will, but you will always progress in like the best way you possibly can.
Sounds
So I think you definitely need intensity, and by that I mean like 2 hard sets on an exercise to failure.
yeah.
Maybe you vary your range of reps depending on the exercise. Let's say you do chest, for example, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you want to do your heavy press first. You'll do your first hop set's 8, and it's heavy. It's failure. You fail at 8 reps, right?
100%.
And then your next set, you lower the weight a little bit. Let's say you did 100s first set for 8. Now you lower it to about an 80-pound. And now what you do is you really focus on that squeeze. You have a spotter with you. And now you get, let's say, 10 reps and 2 extra reps with like a push. That's intense, right?
Yeah.
And you're using heavy weight still, and you're failing at 12. So you're controlling the volume, and you're intense.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's what I was wondering. You know, I didn't know which to do.
Yeah.
Either more volume or more strength for the workouts. But
Well, I hope that it helped you.
I appreciate that.
Of course, man.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Take care, man. Enjoy the rest of your
Have a good
workout.
one. Thank
Yeah.
you guys for having me.
All right. We're going to conclude it there on that one. Oh, yeah, one more? Oh, shoot. Yeah. Let's hit him up. Hello, pal. What's going on? What's your name? Mike. Hello, Mike.
How you doing, Mike?
Good, how are you?
Are you a baseball player?
No, I wrestled.
Oh, you wrestle.
Box now.
Oh, cool.
Very cool.
So we had 2 guests on prior. You could ask anything. If you don't know who we are, this is Coach Kyle. I'm Anthony Mantello. I compete. I record YouTube videos here and there. He coaches and bodybuilds. So you can ask any question. What do you want about training, nutrition, life, fitness?
All right.
Anything.
One of my main questions, I always had trouble gaining weight. I know I don't eat as much as I should to put on weight, but I just want to know what is the best foods and like the best nutritional way to really bulk, gain weight.
I'm gonna let Kyle answer this, but it's funny when you ask the question, you kind of answered it yourself
All right.
to a degree. Not about the foods, but about gaining weight.
Yeah, so the main thing, right, is you seem to have already answered, but I'll ask you anyway. Do you track what you eat?
I do not.
Okay. So right there is important, right?
All right.
That's going to be the most important measure moving forward is tracking what you eat. That way you can reference back and say, okay, September 22nd through October 1st, November 1st, whatever. You can look back and know what you were eating and what that yielded, okay? As far as the items that you should eat, you know, there's a basic list of what's healthy, right? So you have your normal poultry items, you have your chicken, your leaner ground turkeys, things like that. I would incorporate, if you like salmon or red meat, one or the other, something like that. A couple times a week is more than okay. What I would try to stay away from is like having fried foods every day, having, you know, sweets and dairy every day. Can you still have it? Absolutely, for sure. Don't deprive yourself and restrict yourself. But again, ultimately what it comes down to is perhaps structuring your day out so you're eating at least 4 times. I'd say, I don't know how often you eat now, but I would say have 4 times as like a benchmark, a minimum, right? And that could
4 meals a day?
Yeah, as a minimum, I'd say, right? You could look at like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then at least a shake at the very minimum, because I think everyone's going to need more food probably that fits in those meals. And then if you're tracking it, you can understand, okay, I'm gaining weight. I know what I'm eating. If I'm not gaining weight, what if I add maybe 50 grams of carbs to all of my meals?
All right.
How do I look? And go about it that way. But if you're not tracking and you just wake up every day, it's kind of hard, you know?
And then another, like speaking on the shakes, what kind of protein powder do you prefer?
So there's a lot of different protein powders out there. The only thing I would look for is always the ingredients. And I would always look for some type of like hydrolyzed, isolate. Those are more pure proteins. And all that means, right, without getting complicated, is it was filtered more. So you're going to be able to absorb it much more readily than something that's like a pure whey concentrate. So in terms of brands, you've probably seen like the traditional gold standard at like a vitamin shop. Usually that most popular protein, which is the cheapest, is the whey concentrate blend.
Yeah.
That's not going to do well for you. And what I mean by that is if you had a scoop or 2, you might find yourself using the restroom.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you can invest in a higher quality protein, there are a ton of brands that have these good proteins. It goes by whatever flavor you enjoy, man. There's a lot of good flavors out there, a lot of good companies. Whatever you enjoy the most. And as long as you're not having digestive issues, I think you'll do well.
All right.
Now, to help you with your question, can you give me like what are some main foods you eat in your diet right now?
Well, I have chicken and rice every day. I eat
Cool.
steak a lot.
Cool.
I have seafood once in a while, but I'll really eat anything. I just want to know the main
foods
to eat.
Yeah, so you know, chicken rice is obviously great. Rice is obviously a great carb source to continue eating. Sweet potatoes you can add in there. Regular potatoes you can add in there. Steak is great. Cheaper alternatives: ground beef, bison, bananas.
All right.
What else could we add in there?
Yeah, we can always,
berries.
if you want, you know, we can give you a list of some items of what to try to adhere to and follow. But you want make it enjoyable. You know, I don't think you have to eat one specific item. That's not the takeaway. You can do a lot of different things you can eat. Enjoy it. And then again, just tracking is going to help you the most.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on.
Cool, man. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your workout, man.
Well, thank you.
That was cool. It was more of like an athlete type of guy.
Yeah, no, that was good.
Yeah.
Everyone likes the bulking question, man.
Because that's what the majority of people, they're trying to bulk up. They're trying to
They're
pack
trying to
on
get
muscle.
big. They're trying to get like you.
I'm trying to get bigger. When's that happening? I'm shrinking right now. Look at this. I could touch my shoulders. My biceps should be like this.
That means you have good flexibility. Your muscles are healthy.
Can Nick Walker touch his shoulders? Think so? I've always wanted that bicep where, like, when you go up, it literally restricts you from touching your shoulder. It's awesome.
You got some work to do to get there, but I have
know.
confidence you can get there.
Thanks, Kyle.
So, I mean, yeah, we covered a lot today, so I think we can probably wrap up there.
Yeah, I think it's great. Yeah, we'll wrap up there. How about you close this one out?
All right, well, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you found it to be helpful, especially our new guests. Let us know how or what you'd like to see moving forward. And as always, if you'd like to support Grant, Anthony, or I, you have our codes with code Grant, code Ant, and code Sir. We're sponsored by YoungLA. And until next time.
Toodaloo.